The first Relief Society sister to get married in 2020 is our former Relief Society teacher, Michaela Mazie. She married Andrew, who is Richard and Pat Sorensen's grandson, and Sydney Sorensen Mazie's son. Well, COVID, the pandemic, dramatically changed their plans. So, in March, they were civilly married in Oregon, and then when the temples opened in October, they were sealed in the Mount Timpanogos Temple. We're so happy for you, and congratulations. A very happy marriage that we were thrilled to see happen in 2020 is Peggy Johnson's son, Mike, married Jerry and Linda Nelson's niece, Amanda. So, what a happy, happy time. Mike is Lexi and Justin's dad, and you might recognize Justin. He used to pass the sacrament back when we would meet. And the Johnson family now live in Springville, Utah. Now, a look back and remembering loved ones who passed during 2020. Sisters, thank you so very much. When you have been able, so many of you helped with family luncheons after graveside services. The families were so very grateful and very appreciative. Thank you. In February, Cindy Fulmer's son, Josh Cordery, passed. And here's lovely family photos. Josh and his darling daughter, Astrid, Cindy's granddaughter, and Josh and his lovely wife, Jamie. Cindy, our hearts go out to you and our deepest condolences to you. In June, our dear friend, neighbor, and sister in the gospel, lovely Marion, passed. Glenn and Marion were original owners of their home. Glenn had served as bishop. Now we clean the church building. However, years ago, it was a paid position, and Glenn and Marion used to clean the church building. Marion served several times as our Ward Relief Society president, and she served as Stake Relief Society president. Their daughter, Carrie, is our Relief Society first counselor, and their son, Mark, is our Elders Quorum president. Marion had served in the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers for well over 25 years. She and I have been in DUP together for 15 years, and she had received her 25-year pin prior to my time, so you can do the math. Can you see how these snacks and treats are individually wrapped? You did that. You did that for each and every family luncheon. It was requested because of the pandemic to be cautious. And see these beautiful flowers? They're from Pam Olson's yard, and she arranged these flowers. So thank you, sisters. In July, another of our dear friends and neighbor passed, Kathleen Griffin. You will remember that she had an oxygen tank. She would sit with Kelly and I back when we were meeting in sacrament meeting. Her graveside service was in Magna, and this is the food that I was able to bring that you donated and lovingly prepared, and flowers from your garden. So her father is a stake patriarch, and when I was bringing this food and setting it up, it was something that I just felt like the love that we could extend to this righteous, fabulous family meant would mean so much. So thank you, sisters. In August, one of the oldest members of our elders quorum, Brother Al Dye, passed, and this is Sherry Dye's father. He was an original owner, he and his wife, original owners here in the neighborhood, and he has a very sweet spirit. He was a convert at age 16, audited temples, and traveled the world on various church assignments. So he will be missed. In August, Brother Gala passed, originally a refugee from Eritrea in Africa. He came into Utah. He was baptized and confirmed a member of the church in the second ward of our stake, and then they eventually moved into our ward. And many of you, like Joy and Randy Danes, served with him and got to know him well. Well, he and his family moved out of our ward, and then they came back last year, and they were welcome back. And it was originally just his daughter, Sona, Sam's mother, but then Mana unfortunately was diagnosed with cancer and came to live with his daughter, with Sona and her children. So he unfortunately passed in August, and we had at least 70 or 80 people come after the graveside service to our beautiful pavilion, and they socially distanced except for family members, and it was so amazing. The feeling was tremendous in the stake pavilion that day. They were so kind and gentle, very appreciative. The spirit was very tangible that day. And all the men were like sitting in the picnic tables on one side, and all the women were sitting on the other side of the pavilion. And I asked them about that. You can't really see that too well in this picture. The food is in the middle of this one picture, but maybe you can kind of tell that mostly women are on the left and men are mostly on the right. And they said, yes, that's what they do when they do that in Africa when they get together in large groups, that's how they usually sit together. Darling Mary Herring was just one of you lovely sisters that helped with the preparations, and she stayed to ensure that everyone got what they needed and refilled water bottles if needed out of the coolers that Kathy and Milt Burbage had provided. So they so appreciated Mary and her quiet, loving way that she was there to be a hostess for them. In December, lovely Rini Fangu Fangu passed, Moni's wife, and she had been living with their daughter Sella in West Jordan. Her service, her graveside service, was at the Salt Lake City Cemetery, and afterwards there was a family luncheon at their daughter Sella's home in West Jordan. We had so much wonderful food that we brought that you all had provided, that I brought to the family home and Sella's home, and they so appreciated it. I took a picture, but I don't know what happened to it. I would have loved to have shown that to you. So just know that they so appreciated it, and it was before Christmas, it was a very difficult time. So thank you, sisters.